and welcome to another Shimwrecker review. This one will be looking at Storm's new Phaze III. The Phaze III's R3S hybrid cover has only been seen stateside on the Intense Fire, and comes polished from the factory. The velocity core inside the Phaze III is the same as the Phaze and the Phaze II, and has a 2.48 RG and a 0.051 differential. My Phaze III has my usual 55 by 4.5 by 35 layout on it, and I've also touched the surface lightly with a 2000 grit pad by hand. I did this just to break the factory polish and give a bit more mid-lane consistency. On lane, I would classify the Phaze III as having length just on the longer side of medium and a very strong continuous arc down lane. While it does have a very good amount of length and response, it also manages to do this while maintaining a surprising amount of control over your ball motion, and it almost seems to come alive the further inside you move. This trait feels very reminiscent of the Intense Fire, which makes sense because the Phaze III and Intense Fire share the same cover stock and surface prep. The shape down lane, while it does start hooking several feet later than the Phaze II, is also extremely reminiscent of the Phaze II's winding, climbing, almost inevitable feeling arc and roll towards the pins. When comparing the Phaze II and the Phaze III, you can definitely see that same type of climbing arc down lane from both balls once they start to hook. The difference is where they start to hook. The Phaze II provides a lot more traction and oil due to the stronger cover stock and the rougher surface prep, so it starts to turn over a lot sooner. By contrast, you can see how the Phaze III brings extra length and back-end angularity, while still feeling very familiar to the Phaze II. The other comparison is to my Idle Pearl, which is at a 4000 grit surface without polish. The cores are almost identical between these two balls, so the big difference comes from the cover stocks. My Idle Pearl has about 50 or 60 games on it at this point, and you can see from these comparison shots that even though they hook in about the same spot, the Phaze III is definitely more responsive to friction than the smoother reaction of the Idle Pearl. Throw every superlative in the book at this ball, and it's probably going to stick for me. I've thrown the Phaze III in 6 or 7 different centers already, and has shown itself to be capable of striking in all of them. It's a strong, consistent arc and pretty responsive to friction, but it also seems to have a homing beacon on top of the 1-3 pocket. It does enough down lane to be able to provide plenty of hitting power in high-scoring situations, but what's crazy is that it does this while also being super predictable and rarely surprising me with what it does down lane. It's also consistent enough to be another barometer type of ball for me in unfamiliar centers, where I can get a very good idea of what to throw and where to play in just a few shots. Mind-numbingly consistent, ridiculously fun to throw, looks great, smells great, rolls great. This ball really is as close as you can get to a complete package. I absolutely love mine, and I can't wait for my next chance to use it again. The Phaze III comes out on Friday, December 13th. Get one, or get left behind.